Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
Our skies are clear, but temperatures are chilly as you're heading out the door. I'll walk you through your Valentine's Day and a wet weekend.
Now on WRAL, 3 people are dead after a crash in southern Wake County. We'll show you the scene where investigators have been since 1:30 this morning.
And it is time to celebrate the Eagles. Philadelphia will party with the champions. What you can expect from today's Super Bowl parade and ceremony. And we flew through this week. Well, we kind of paddled through
Right.
this week.
That's a better analogy.
Friday, regardless, okay? And Valentine's Day as well.
Yes.
Welcome to it. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Renee Chu. Happy Valentine's Day to you. It's been such a dreary week that we are ready for Friday. We're ready for the holiday of love, and we love this weather forecast for today. Just the fact that it's not raining, Elizabeth. That's fantastic.
If we're going to have one day this week that it isn't raining, I think a lot of folks may be thankful that it is Valentine's Day, because it's a big day for people to be out and about. We take a live look at Durham this morning, and of course it's still dark, but our skies are clear. We do have a northeast wind at 5 miles per hour, just a touch breezy out there. Temperatures are close to freezing in the Triangle. It's 32 in Roxborough, 29 in South Hill, 32 in Southern Pines, and mid-30s in Fayetteville and Clinton. So cold weather in my book as you're heading out the door. It's chilly really all day long. We'll only make it into the upper 40s, even though we'll see plenty of sunshine. Looking ahead to the weekend, it looks wet on Saturday with some light scattered rain, and then a cold front comes through on Sunday. We do have a chance for some severe storms, some wind damage is possible, so we're going to walk through that coming up. But Ken, I love your Valentine attire, and it looks pretty quiet out there on the roads this morning, fortunately.
Thanks, Elizabeth. We'll start outside I-40 and Rock Quarry Road, rolling nicely in both directions. You can tell, even though traffic is picked up, not a problem to report. As you take a look at a live traffic map, just a couple of incidents that just cleared. I promise you, 30 seconds ago, the icons were there. But this is good news, really, to report, because in terms of the capital city, no delays to report whatsoever. Very little to no delays. All the major routes are delay-free. You're getting ready to head out the door this morning. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
And back to this terrible breaking news. 3 people are dead after a crash in southern Wake County. It's happening on Kennebec Road right now. Eric Miller joins us from that scene live right now in the WRL Breaking News Tracker. Eric, investigators have been there since 1:30 this morning.
Jeff, within the last 30 minutes, crews were finally able to get the vehicle involved in this crash loaded up on a wrecker out here. And we've seen State Highway Patrol troopers then going back over that area with flashlights looking for any pieces of evidence that might have been left behind. You take a look at this video here, you can get a sense of just how serious this crash was. This car absolutely shattered by this impact. The roof literally ripped off by the crash itself. State Highway Patrol tells us that both speed and alcohol were a factor. This car going off the left side of Kennebec Road, slamming into one tree, flipping over before slamming into another. All 3 people inside were killed. 2 weren't wearing their seatbelts and were thrown from the vehicle. At this point, no names have been released. The State Highway Patrol is still working to notify the families involved in this crash. And right now, Kennebec Road, just past Bud Lipscomb Road, is shut down as this investigation continues. Again, they have been able to get that vehicle up on a wrecker. We are expecting this road to open relatively soon. But of course, we'll stay on top of it and let you know as soon as that happens. In southern Wake County, Eric Miller, WRAL News.
This morning, we are learning of immigration operations in a Triangle neighborhood. This is video recorded by neighbors yesterday morning. 3 men were detained by ICE officers on Farthing Street in Durham. U.S. Customs and Border Protection have confirmed that this was a targeted operation. Neighbors first saw the officer circling the area in the morning before stopping the men and putting them in handcuffs.
I think it's just insane to watch your neighbors get plucked out of thin air during the middle of the day. That's not normal.
Neighbors tell us the three men were from India. U.S. Customs say the men are currently being held at a federal detention facility pending deportation hearings.
The Trump administration began its sweeping layoffs of probationary federal workers yesterday. The move could affect hundreds of thousands of workers, according to data from the Office of Personnel Management. Employees who have probationary status have typically been with the federal government for only 1 or 2 years.
An 18-year-old student in Indiana is arrested for plotting a Valentine's Day shooting at their school. Authorities say Trinity Shockley shared those plans with another user on the chat platform Discord. A caller to the FBI Sandy Hook tip line led investigators to Shockley, who allegedly shared online that they had been planning the shooting for a year and would target their crush. Shockley identifies as a transgender man. Shockley is charged with conspiracy to commit murder.
The family of the man who was shot to death by a Harnett County deputy is speaking out. Family members say 31-year-old Leo Reeves was having a mental health crisis Wednesday when his girlfriend called 911. Deputies were called to Neals Creek Road in Lillington, and when they got there, they say Reeves had a knife and he was not responding to their effort to de-escalate the situation. Family members say excessive force was used.
Now my 2 children have to grow up without a father. And so such a permanent decision was made based off of a temporary situation.
The deputy involved is named Calvin Johnson. He has 11 years of law enforcement experience. His patrol car has a dash camera inside, but he was not wearing a body camera. The Harnett County Sheriff's Office is in the process of issuing them.
Time is 6:05 here in the WRAL Live Center, monitoring the situation between Ukraine and Russia after Ukraine leadership shared photos online of what they say is the result of a Russian attack drone striking the protective dome around the destroyed Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Now, the Kremlin is denying this, is saying essentially, quote, there is no talk about striking on nuclear infrastructure, nuclear energy facilities, and any such claim is not true. Our military does not do that. That's coming from a spokesperson for the Kremlin, who also inferred that Ukraine's leaders are pointing the finger to Russia to essentially disrupt an effort to end the war between the two countries. We're going to watch very closely to see what else evolves today from this situation, including how the White House will respond.
Chris, thanks. A member of the Los Angeles Fire Department narrowly escaped after his vehicle was swept into the ocean. Take a look at this. It happened last night along the Pacific Coast Highway. The man was driving when his SUV was swept off the road by debris. Luckily, the driver was able to escape and make it to safety. He was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Well, from chocolate to flowers, Americans are expected to spend a record amount of money this Valentine's Day. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey joins us live from GCG Flower and Plant Design in Cary. Kelsey, they are certainly prepared for the rush of customers they'll see today.
Yes, Renee, Americans are expected to spend $27.5 billion on Valentine's Day this year. That's according to the National Retail Federation. Now, GCG Flower and Plant Design here is expecting huge crowds today, as this is going to be one of the busiest days of the year. You may be able to see a few of their heart balloons there through the window. But flowers are the second most popular Valentine's Day gift, according to the NRF. They estimate consumers will spend $2.9 billion on Valentine's Day flowers this year, but North Carolinians may spend less than the average American. A survey shows the average cost of a dozen roses in North Carolina is just below $80. That's $10 less than the national average. Now, roses are more expensive now more than ever. That same survey shows that the price went up a little over 2% from last year, but that's a much smaller increase than what we saw from 2023 to 2024, when roses were up 10.5%. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Cary.
And it is not just Valentine's Day that'll have the city of brotherly love celebrating today. They're throwing the big Super Bowl parade and ceremony for the Philadelphia Eagles. That parade will march from Lincoln Financial Field, the home field, all the way to the Philadelphia Museum of Art, up the Rocky Steps right there. We know fans are really looking forward to cheering for quarterback Jalen Hurts, the MVP of last Sunday's game. Then there will be the formal program at the museum recognizing the honor the Eagles brought back to Philadelphia with that win.
One of Raleigh's first and longest standing LGBTQ businesses, the Green Monkey, is closing its doors after 12 years. The shop on Wilmington Street sells gifts, souvenirs, and drinks. The store's owners released a statement explaining their decision to close as a brick and mortar shop, instead moving operations online. Other shop owners in the area tell us they hope a new business is able to thrive in its place.
Of course, you don't want businesses to close down, especially our neighbors. Something that I feel like is not talked enough about, though, is all the businesses that opened last year. And I feel like Raleigh is really finally starting to recover since COVID.
Shop owners tell us more events coming to the downtown area would help businesses stay open. The last day of shopping at Green Monkey will be on March 15th.
If you're looking for some laughs this weekend, we have you covered. Kevin Hart, how appropriate is that on Valentine's, right? Along with Cat Williams, they'll be bringing their comedy shows to the Triangle, and we'll help you enjoy the weekend ahead in Out and About. Michelle.
And a 10-year-old boy critically injured after a Philadelphia plane crash gets a huge surprise from a Super Bowl champion. How Eagles player A.J. Brown kept his promise.
And finally, a sunny day. If you're headed out for Valentine's this evening, it'll be clear and cold. Grab your coat. Over the weekend, though, we're back to wet conditions. Saturday and Sunday is a WRAL weather alert day for the chance of thunderstorms. We'll walk through it coming up.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:13, we are awaiting a beautiful sunrise this morning, but look at that light at the top of your screen. That is the moon that was full on Wednesday. Of course, we didn't get to see it because it was cloudy, but it will come into frame here on some of our cameras in just a few minutes. And if you're headed out the door, you should be able to see it. Our skies are clear, so we do have the top of the tower lit in blue, and temperatures are chilly. We've dropped into the upper 20s in a lot of spots. 28 Lewisburg, 29 Tarboro, 29 South Hill, 32 in Southern Pines, and 35 in Fayetteville. So it's coat weather out there this morning, and it stays chilly all day. Not too breezy, but we do have a northeast wind keeping those cool temperatures in place with highs only in the upper 40s. It'll warm up a little bit by Sunday, but we have a weather alert day, and of course, we'll talk more about that in just a bit. Ken?
All right, Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We don't have any major incidents to report on any of our major routes, which is good news. Just something local on Rogers Road near Roseville. But for those of you getting ready to head to the airport for a morning flight, you've got nothing but clear sailing from on I-40, 70, I-540 this morning, which is good news. Many of you might be heading to the beach, really, out Wrightsville Beach, maybe Topsail. Clear sailing on I-40 and Jones Sausage Road. You're getting ready to head out this morning. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Ken, thanks. 2 weeks after the deadly medical transport plane crash in Philadelphia, a 10-year-old boy is still in the hospital recovering. A football champion saw his story and surprised the real-life superhero. Michelle McConaughey is here now with this wonderful story. Michelle.
It really is wonderful, Renee. 10-year-old Trey Howard was inside a truck with his family right next to where that crash happened when he laid over his sister to protect her. He was struck in the head with metal. That nearly killed him. When word spread of Trey's heroic efforts and love for Philadelphia Eagles, star wide receiver A.J. Brown noticed it. Brown posting online, "I'm going to come see you when I get back, hopefully with some hardware." And he delivered. The Super Bowl winner surprised him at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia this week with the Lombardi Trophy in tow. His dad says those 30 minutes with Brown have given Trey wings in his recovery.
I'm going to be able to touch that trophy after almost 2 weeks ago, what we experienced, me and my kids. I'm happy that AJ kept his word to my son, and just happy my son is where he's at with his recovery.
Yeah, he says his son still has a long road to recovery, but the Philadelphia Eagles, they will celebrate their win with a victory parade today. Trey will not be able to go, but his dad is hoping to get some pictures for him. Just so wonderful of A.J. Brown, though.
It really is. It speaks volumes about A.J. Brown.
Yes.
Thank you so much. The Durham Rescue Mission is sharing the love this Valentine's Day. Volunteers will provide a special meal today for the women and children at the Good Samaritan Inn campus. Dinner will be served at 4:45. Roses will also be handed out to those who attend. It is Valentine's Day, and whether you have plans with friends or that special someone, we have some suggestions for fun in the Triangle.
Yeah, we start off with some comedy with a few big shows happening this weekend. The biggest show this weekend, Kevin Hart, his Acting My Age tour is at Durham Performing Arts Center. He has 3 shows, 2 of which are sold out, but tonight there are tickets for his late show tonight. Starts at 9:30. And looking ahead to Sunday, comedian Cat Williams is at the Lenovo Center, part of his Heaven on Earth tour. Tickets are still available for that.
Downtown Cary Park has an event tonight for couples looking to get outdoors. There will be arts and crafts, live music, and a food truck. You can build a mini terrarium, participate in a Paint Your Partner challenge, and there will also be a local flower shop on hand so you can get flowers for your sweetheart. The activities run from 5 to 9 p.m.
Also this weekend, there are some scavenger hunts happening in downtown Raleigh. This Valentine's-themed treasure hunt includes clues and puzzles to unlock a treasure chest. The hunt is happening from 2 to 4 tomorrow and 2 o'clock again on Sunday. Tickets are $25 for adults, $15 for those 10 to 17 years of age. For this and more on these events, you can go to our website, WRAL.com, and search the keyword Out and About.
And on this Valentine's Day, you'll need a jacket or a coat, but no umbrella. Finally, we get a break from the rain. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with a look around town.
This is the only day all week that we're going to be completely rain-free. It's going to be a real pretty sunrise just starting to happen across our area right now. Fayetteville, Raleigh, Apex, Chapel Hill all pointed in the wrong direction to see the sunrise. But you can see just a little bit of the moon set showing up in the top of the screen there over North Hills. Chapel Hill's courtesy of Top of the Hill Restaurant. It is chilly, as Renee said. We do have a high pressure system here. It is still pushing some air in from the north. Lots of sunshine today. The clouds are gone, but the cool air is filtering in. And back to the west, we're seeing a developing system that will affect us over the weekend, but that high will keep things dry today. By tomorrow morning, we're starting to see some rain developing here across the Mississippi Valley and just to our west. This is 6 a.m. We move it on ahead to around 9. We begin to see just a few isolated showers moving through. Saturday, the rain is likely to be fairly light with some chilly temperatures in the morning up around Roxborough or South Hill. There could be just a little bit of light freezing rain, no impact there. At 7 o'clock, we're still dealing with a few isolated showers and, you know, it's going to be chilly. Things are different on Sunday. Ahead of our front Sunday, we're going to see a strong flow out of the south. It will be a warm day until the front comes through. We may see some rain as early as 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, and it may move on out by around lunchtime. We could see some strong damaging winds. The best chance for that would be along and east of I-95. Cold front swings through, and then we'll start to cool down behind that front Sunday. This is a look at our severe weather threat for Sunday. Really along and east of the Triangle is where we'll end up with that potential just for some isolated wind damage. So Sunday is a WRAL weather alert day. We're going to see some heavy rain with this line of thunderstorms coming through. We do have a level 1 risk for severe storms, meaning some wind damage. And even outside of the thunderstorms, it's likely to be really windy with this system. Up and down temperatures too. Saturday is chilly and wet at 47 or 68 on Sunday, and then temperatures steadily fall for next week. It's possible, Ken, that we could be looking at a wintry mix for the middle of the week, but it's way too early to, should make any determinations on that.
We'll accept this Valentine's gift from Mother Nature. How about that?
Yeah,
enjoy today.
Not bad.
Excellent. Thanks, Elizabeth. Hey, let's start outside, give you a live look at I-40 and Wade Avenue. Earlier, I told you about a crash in this intersection. You see it's off to the shoulder of the road, not causing any problems for you this morning. In terms of all the major routes coming into the capital city, very little to no delays to report at this hour. So if you're getting ready to head out, that's really good news. Similarly, in the Bull City, all the major routes are delay-free. You're getting ready to head out the door. Traffic is constantly changing, right? Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Ken, thanks. Best in Barbecue, a pitmaster in Knightdale receives national recognition. The award he is up for and where you can try a new grade of barbecue.
Live from New York, all weekend long, SNL goes big to honor 50 seasons. This multi-day celebration for the popular sketch comedy show.
First, here's a look at the winning lottery numbers.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
Love is in the air with the announcement of a new album, and SNL goes all out to celebrate 50 seasons.
Ken Smith here now with what's trending. Good morning, Ken.
Yeah, I've already got my DVR set to record those 50th anniversary celebrations, but we begin with Selena Gomez announcing a new album produced by her fiance, Benny Blanco. The singer and actress shared the news on Instagram, writing, "I Said I'd Love You First" will be released March 21st. The pair announced their engagement back in December, 1 year after publicly confirming their relationship.
And now, live from Raleigh, it's WRAL News.
Yes, this is a real cue card from SNL, written and signed by Wally, the cue card guy.
How cool is
Collector's
that?
item. Collector's item.
Yeah, the popular sketch comedy show SNL going big this weekend. Tonight you can catch the SNL 50, the homecoming concert celebrating the show's legacy of musical performances. Tomorrow, the very first episode of SNL recorded back in 1975 will be re-aired. And of course, Sunday, a 3-hour anniversary special that will air right here on WRAL.
The cast of characters they have put together for this. Like, it's a 3-hour special, and it's all in that Saturday Night Live form, like live.
It's going to be great.
So cool.
And Wally, the cue card guy, thank you. We are framing this, and we're putting it in the newsroom. Ken, thanks. A barbecue pit master in Knightdale is up for the Best Chef in the Southeast James Beard Award.
To be recognized at this stage is just a beautiful thing. I'm inspired just for the world of barbecue. As a kid, James Beards or not, I'm going to do this the rest of my life. I'm going to serve people.
Christopher Prieto opened Prime Barbecue in Knightdale in 2020. Every day, lines form out the door for those slow-cooked meats. To him, barbecue is an art and a science. He is dedicated to the process. I enjoyed talking with him about what inspired him to become a champion pitmaster and what makes good barbecue. My entire conversation with Prieto is on WRAL.com, on our homepage, and on the WRAL YouTube page.
Guess what? Here it is. The sun is coming up. We will be clear all day today for Valentine's Day, but I'll show you why it'll be colder than normal.
And cue. Well, we got to tell you about this first.
Searching the scene, law enforcement spends hours investigating a crash in southern Wake County. What we know about the deadly crash.
Valentine's Day, so whether it's Marvin Gaye or Barry White, whatever your jam is, we're going to take you to a flower shop in Cary, helping couples express their love.